And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to HomeStory Cup 25, day number 2 of the group stage. We are diving, of course, into Group C. We have our next series, we have our PvP, and we are jumping right on in. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Alcyone, we have our French Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing himself, his old clan, Team Alter. It is PtitDrogo. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the German Protoss player, the blue Protoss. It is HolyHit. Let's go our second PvP of the group. Earlier we did, of course, cast HolyHit versus Trigger, and now is up against Drogo. And Drogo is doing surprisingly well in this tournament. Again, Drogo, he's not the most active of players anymore. There was a time where he was a very strong contender as one of the stronger European or stronger foreign players out there in the StarCraft scene. Definitely back in the heyday, when he was at his peak, he was one of the best, and has since, in most recent years, kind of stepped away from the game a little bit. He still does compete in DreamHacks, in these regional qualifiers, every now and then a HomeStory Cup, but he's not a full-time player like he once was. Regardless, still a massive part of the scene. The community is still always there. A lot of his friends, of course, he is still good friends, that's what I was looking for. Still good friends with a lot of the European pro gamers as well. And fun fact, he took down a laser. Earlier today in this group, he took down a laser. The strongest Zerg player in the entire tournament did fall at the hands of Drogo. Drogo, in the winners interview, did say that he had no big expectations. Like, he didn't expect to go far and to even hold a candle to a laser, but after bringing him down, he has a chance, he has a shot to make it out of the group. It was something that he wasn't really thinking of, but I mean, after that first series, after bringing down a laser, suddenly there's a strong chance. But we'll see. Again, just because Drogo is not the most in form at the moment, I mean, anything could happen. HolyHit, likewise, has a chance to cause an upset and to try to stop the kind of road to the playoffs before it really does begin for Drogo. We shall see. As for now, 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener out of Drogo, 2-gate opener out of HolyHit. What I will say, even if we're out of practice, even if we haven't played too much as of late, mirror matchups haven't changed too much over the years. Mirror matchups, I mean, TVT has. I mean, it changed, then it didn't. TVT was drastically changed in the last patch with the Cyclone buff, right? When the Cyclone was buffed, TVT had a drastic moment where we had Mass Cyclone versus Mass Cyclone more often than not, but that change has been reverted in a way, so, I mean, now that's not really a thing anymore, so now it's back to the way it was. Likewise, PvP was impacted by the Sentry buff, and now we have these safer Sentry-based openers, which is why we see HolyHit getting up to 3 Sentries. Likewise, Drogo, he's aware of the memo, you know, he was told, and he did likewise open up Sentry Stalker as well. For the time being, Drogo does delay the expansion, going for the pylon, going for a cyber block as well. Massive delay here for HolyHit across the map. Drogo expanding quite freely, going into his tech of choice, going for a Twilight Council opener into Blink. Meanwhile, HolyHit's expansion is heavily delayed, and we make up for that by throwing down a Robo in the main, our own tech of choice, which is immediately scouted. Here by the hallucination. Again, this is the power of the Sentry in PvP, and why we see so much of it, and why it's so common. Scouting. Scouting is so crucial. I mean, in every matchup, in every game, of course, in StarCraft, scouting is just one of the most valuable things here in StarCraft, and now we can almost free scout, non-stop scouting here with these hallucinations, making sure that neither player gets a leg up on the other. Something like DTs, an Oracle-based opener, an all-in. It's on both HolyHit and Drogo to ensure that nothing catches them awry, nothing catches them off guard. For now, hallucination dips in. Does get eyes on the army. Does get eyes on the natural. Likewise, I believe HolyHit has already seen the tech. Yeah, we have already gotten eyes on that Twilight Council as well. Hallucination is denied. Nice pick off there at a HolyHit. Oh, but the force field, remember, there's no blink. One Stalker goes down. Did cost a lot of energy. But not a bad pick off, getting a Stalker and an Adept. Adept comes to Shade. Does get a probe kill in the natural, looking for a second probe. 2 probes go down, not bad. Not a bad trade out of HolyHit, but he has to retreat, has to back off, and suddenly Drogo has map control. And look at the units tab, look at the army size. Drogo, he's on 7 Stalkers. Meanwhile, only 2 for HolyHit. Barely has an army, but does have the overcharge. We fall back to the safety of the natural, force wounds are thrown down, Drogo does escape, and as he's applying pressure, as he's threatening the natural, we expand. We expand as we are containing HolyHit. HolyHit stuck on 2 bases, we're denying any kind of would-be third, and just expanding and macroing up behind this. Now, because of all these force fields, we have yet to scout the main in quite some time from Drogo. Does push forward, Blink is done! Blink has completed, poise are being pulled, overcharge already running out, and HolyHit is in trouble, leading out a lot of probes. Stalker count still in favor of Drogo, and he's pushing through. He's breaking through the defensive line. We barely have anything left. We were going for a Dark Shrine, but we don't have enough time for that. No time, no room for DTs. The first DTs on the way, but we've lost the entire army. At the same time, DTs across the map. Probes are going down. And where is the detection? Has the Invisible Man done it? No robo. Cannons are on the way. Can we deny the cannons? Cannons are in production, and if we can deny them, we can end the game with DTs. A second DT on the way. Looks like the cannon will finish, but we're getting a lot of damage done. 11 probes going down. The cannon is going to be shut down. The prism falls. We deny the first cannon and the second. Meanwhile, another cannon in the main. We have more cannons in the main base, but the natural is forfeit. Third base is safe and sound. 2 cannons there. And these DTs have done a lot, but alas, now we have detection. We have stationary detection. The main base and the third are safe and sound. This is giving HolyHit the time he needs, though, to recover. Ooh, as the detection is stationary, which means we can get a kill on the natural. We can go straight for the Nexus. The Nexus, papi. Go for it. But now shutting down pylons. Still gaining value with that 1 DT. We get 1 pylon. We should get another. The robo is still on the way. Again, no observers in sight. We're going to get both pylons. At this point, I don't think we can get the Nexus anymore, just because an observer is soon about to spawn in. We could have gone for it, but we get the pylons. We still get damage nonetheless. Prism's on the way for more DTs. And back at home, HolyHit is expanding. And it has a worker lead. Working towards Immortal production. Blink. Building up those Immortals, building up the Stalker counts. Now going for the Nexus, and we do strip its shields. The Observer is on the way, and we will defend. But we got it halfway down, and if we had avoided the pylons, then maybe we could have gotten more damage done. DT shuts down the cannon. And Drogo has defended. Drogo, he's now got in control of his bases, his 3-base setup across the map. HolyHit keeping up in the economy. HolyHit he was up against the wall. Things were looking dire for the German Protoss. But we hold. And now we have a game. Oh, the Prism! The War Prism! Oh, we do escape. We do get away. The War Prism does slip away. Back at home, HolyHit still building up more Immortals. Getting up to 3 Immortals. Archon production as well. And this Immortal push, can we break through? Can we do something with this? I mean, we still need reinforcements. The Prism is stuck out on the map. Looks like it has broken free. Looking at the units tab, we have 15 Stalkers from Drogo. Meanwhile, we have 4 Immortals from HolyHit. Immediately 1 Stalker goes down. I do think HolyHit still needs a buffer, though. He needs something to support his Immortals. Ideally, additional Stalkers. So we do ferry them over. DT's waddling in from the left-hand side. Archon under fire. Ooh, nice juggling here out of HolyHit. They'll save the Archon. Economies are comparable with each other. Drogo with a slight worker lead. Up 7 probes. Main armies do clash. Immortal goes down. The Prism a little bit too slow, a little bit too late. DT's bust into the natural. Distracting Drogo, and they catch the cannon. And it goes down. DT's are being cleaned up. We push towards the 3rd base. We have the overcharge. And with the help of the overcharge, it looks like HolyHit has overextended. The Immortals are going down. The Stalkers as well. HolyHit does not have enough. The DTs did well for themselves, but alas, we just don't have enough of an army here. GG gets called, and Drogo takes game number 1. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. I mean, Drogo is coming in as the favorite player, but HolyHit did hold his own. Those DTs were getting so much done. There was potential to kill the Nexus. Alas, we just weren't aware of the timing of the Robo and when the Observer would arrive, so HolyHit was playing it safe, went for the pylons instead, was trying to macro up back at home, but alas, Drogo did recover and did stabilize. GG. GG, Drogo does take a lead, and now we're getting ready for game. Nomada does. Are getting ready. Are getting ready here. Did he even need to do that? Things are looking even. I would agree. The worker counts were pretty comparable, even though Holy, oh, my apologies. I joined the wrong lobby. I joined the wrong place. Even though the economies are looking comparable to each other, and even though the store count was in favor of Drogo, HolyHit had a higher immortal count, and that can make up for that, especially defensively. I imagine that HolyHit most likely was feeling pressured just because he most likely doesn't favor himself against Drogo in a longer game, so I'm sure he felt the need to go for the kill and to go for an all-in and try to shut Drogo down before the game went any longer. So I understand the rationale there, but I do agree that we could have potentially tried to macro from there and calm things down and go for a longer game. I just assumed that, you know, again, maybe HolyHit wasn't feeling too confident about his chances. Regardless, here we go. We're getting into game 2, and spawning in the top left-hand corner of Golden Aura, we have our French Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing himself and his old clan, Alter. It is PtitDrogo. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the German Protoss player, the Blue Protoss. Down to the series, but he didn't look too bad in game number 1. Can we bounce back? It is HolyHit. Is HolyHit the biggest live VIP fan of HomeStory Cup? Is he? I don't know. I don't think HolyHit watches us too much, just because of time zones. I don't know. Maybe. Like to believe. I haven't seen HolyHit on camera yet, but I did hear that HolyHit, he was rocking a blazer, like a pink blazer and some sunnies, and you know, he was embracing the theme of like the Oscars. So I need to check out the mainstream later. I need to see what HolyHit looks like. I need to see his drip back, his fit. Gibbs. You'll see yesterday. Oh, okay. I missed him. Oh, in the chat. Yeah. He was in the chat. It's in the chat. Here we go. We do have our 2-gate opener. 2-gate opener out of Drogo. 2-gate opener out of HolyHit. So far, so good. Everything looking as it should. Looking as it should as Drogo does dip into the main. Just scouting each other, making sure that there is no proxy pylon. Second pylon has been thrown down next to the gas for HolyHit, and the same can be said for Drogo. So no proxies, no shenanigans here at least in the start of game 2. We'll see where this takes us. We shall see. As from here, we could end up going for some hidden tech. We could try to play on 2 base. We're loading into Golden Aura. The rush distance by ground is quite short. I say that, but the 3rd base is quite defendable. It's a very narrow ramp leading into the 3rd base. So quite difficult to push in, quite difficult to really be too aggressive on. Might decide to calm things down. Likewise, I appreciate what HolyHit did with DTs in game 1, but it's hard to rely on that multiple games in a series, so I expect something quite different. I'm not really expecting more Dark Templar play in the rest of this series, at least from HolyHit. But we'll see. As we have a tech of choice, Twilight Council. It's going to be a Twilight Council opener out of Drogo, Robo opener from HolyHit. Very similar to the last game, if you to recall. Very similar to game 1. Meanwhile, sentries are building up. Once again, scouting is going to be imperative. You have Drogo checking the main, does confirm the robo. Likewise, Hallucination also moving out for HolyHit. Moving out, man. Moving out. As it is Blink on the way. Technically, we could have gone for something crazy like a DT opener, a Dark Shrine as well, but Drogo playing it safe, playing it standard. Not spicing things up too much. As HolyHit does confirm the Twilight Council. Does confirm early game Immortal production has begun for HolyHit. Once again, we have that dynamic where Drogo will have the more fluid dynamic army with Blink Stalkers. Meanwhile, HolyHit will have a more robust army with the higher Immortal count. We'll make up for the lack of Stalkers. And I'm curious if we just try to catch up with Blink with this Twilight Council. Technically, we could go for a Dark Shrine, but no, we're going for Glaive Adepts. Okay, very aggressive here from HolyHit. So we're going to be doubling down with Immortal Adept. This looks like the beginnings of a 2-base all-in. We saw a lot of this last night, actually. Who were we casting yesterday? With the non-stop, like, 2-base all-ins. Immortal Adept. Was it Hydra and Mana? No. It was Skillus and Sebestus. That's it. I think it was Skillus and Sebestus yesterday. Yeah, it's coming back. It's coming back. Went all the way to the ace match. I do recall. As we have a gateway explosion again, we have 4 gates on the way, 2 gates already on. It's going to be 6 gateways on 2 bases. HolyHit is going for the 2-base all-in. And Drogo is expanding. For the time being, Drogo unawares, but he does catch some Stalkers. Stalker goes down. Ooh, picking up a second, and the sentry as well. Very nice start here for Drogo. Meanwhile, he has not checked the main. He is unaware of the gateway explosion. Still in the dark. But he confirms no third. Does check no third base here on the left or towards the north. Drogo is aware that something is amiss. And the HolyHit does push. Is moving out back at home. Shield batteries are on the way. Just the one for the time being. Just the one shield battery. Strong gateways as well. HolyHit reinforcing with as many adepts as we can warp in. As many adepts as we can afford. And here we go. We do push forward. Drogo able to keep up with the main army. Does catch the Stalker. Blinks back. Sword Force do catch 4 Stalkers here of Drogo. Overcharges popped, 3 Stalkers go down. Not a bad catch there from HolyHit. But a second shield battery has completed. And we're running out of force fields. Yeah, HolyHit is running out of NG. Does juggle back. Drogo dancing with the army. Immortals are pushing in. And boys are being pulled. We have to. The first shield battery goes down. But we dive on the Immortals. We dive on the Prism. The Prism, it goes down. The Prism pulls the Immortals as well. And it looks like we do shut down 2 Immortals, but there's still 1 left. 12 probes fall. HolyHit, can we pull this off? There's still an Immortal left, and soon to be another. And with 2 Immortals, we can break through. HolyHit is so close to breaking through this army. Shield battery goes down. The workers, the Stalkers, they cannot contend. They cannot touch this Immortal army. We have to back off, and the third base is going to fall. But we need more than just a third. We need to keep going. Now we have a defensive Immortal. Drogo, he now has his own Immortal. Does come in. On top of the army, diving on that Immortal. It's targeted down, and we're running out of steam. We're running out of units. Second Immortal falls. HolyHit, he's lost the backbone of his army. Shades into the mineral line. Probes are going down. But remember, HolyHit was all in, and he did not kill the third. He needs more damage. He is getting it. 8 probes. Do you manage to get 8, 9 probes now as we dive into the main? Say 9, 18. Oh my god! 25 Glaive Adepts, they're cracked. In a matter of seconds, 25 workers go down. Oh, but we sniped the Prism. The Prism falls, the Immortals as well. In a head-to-head fight, Drogo has the advantage, but we're getting so much economic damage done. 31 probe kills. Ay, ay, ay. More Adepts are arriving. HolyHit takes a worker lead. And Drogo, we gotta go. He's going for a big counterattack. There's soon to be one Immortal to reinforce. HolyHit does shade across. Once again, going for the mineral lines. Now, HolyHit can always recall back home. Drogo going for the base trade. But we have an Immortal and a shield battery. HolyHit. Bappy, he's doing it. We probably overshot. GG gets called, and HolyHit, he does it. He ties up the series 1-1. We're going to the ace match. GG. Let's go. GG, well played. Oh my god, a very, very tense all-in there again. Drogo did not see it coming until it already hit his face. If you recall, Drogo did not scout the main. He was not aware of the gateway explosion. Did have his shield batteries getting up, and Drogo had a bold move, if you remember, when he dove on top of the army and when he sniped the Prism. Did snipe the Prism, but it took 2 volleys, and he lost so many Stalkers in the process. In the end, that was the moment where HolyHit took a fight, where he retained his Immortals, and when he gained momentum. That was the moment when the fight started to turn in favor of HolyHit. Drogo maybe becoming a little bit too overeager there in that moment and did overextend. And with that, HolyHit ties up the series 1-1. We're going to the ace match. Let's go. We are going all the way. And how will this story end? Does it go the way of Drogo, or does HolyHit win his first series? Can he take it, Bobby? Can he take it? There we go. We have our lobby. We have our lobby. We're getting all of our casters in. Getting all of our players. And game 3 is going to be on Oceanborn. Here we go. Catching up. Oh my god, I'm catching up. When it comes to the overall group stage, I'm actually going to double check here. Yeah, HolyHit has yet to win a series, but he is so close. This is actually his first win of the bracket as well. His first win of HomeStory Cup. His first map, I mean, in his favor. And now we're getting into the ace match. Getting into game 3. Again, Drogo, he started the night off taking down a laser, which was insane, but now struggling against HolyHit. Can he go all the way? You can hear the beeps. We're getting ready for the ace match. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Oceanborn, we have our German Protoss player, the Blue Protoss representing himself, but leading the series 1-0. Wait, sorry, I just... leading the series, sorry, in a tied-up series 1-1 is what I meant to say. I'm sorry, I was just a little bit distracted. Catching up with the chat. We have our German Protoss player. It is HolyHit. Let's go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the French Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing his old team, Claire Malter. It is PtitDrogo. Let's go. Again, as a reminder, HolyHit in game 1 did go for some cheeky DTs, and they did some damage, but alas, it was on Alcyone, they did some damage, but alas, things fell by the wayside. HolyHit went for a pretty committed push on 3 bases, did overextend, did lose his army, and things went the way of Drogo. In game 2, we doubled down into a 2-base all-in with Immortals, with Adepts, did catch Drogo a little bit with his pants down, was able to break through, and now it all comes down to this. It all comes down to the ace match. Now, I said earlier that I didn't feel any fatigue yesterday until I looked at the time, and similar things happening right now. Where I was fine, and then I looked over and I was like, oh, it's been 7 hours, and now it's weighing on me, man. It's weighing on me. I gotta I gotta refresh. Hold on. I have some coffee. I'm good to go. So settling into our openers, it's going to be 2 gateways here out of HolyHit, likewise 2 gateways out of Drogo. Those curious, it is 4 a.m. in the morning here in the land of Oz. But I should be good for at least a couple more hours. I'm strapping in, Papi. I'm strapping in. We're ready. Meanwhile, second pylon has been scattered. We have our second pylon in the main for Drogo. Likewise, second pylon in the main base for HolyHit, so no initial proxies. No proxy Robo, proxy Stargate, no one base all-ins. Not yet. Both players do confirm. As we have our Sentry Stalker opener from HolyHit. Likewise, interesting. We do cut some corners here, going for a faster expansion. Again, it was a Sentry expand from Drogo. But HolyHit not too far behind. Not too far behind himself with his expansion timing. Both players prioritizing their natural bases. And the turns have tabled. Drogo opening up Robo. Is going to be a Robo opener out of our French Protoss player. Likewise, mirrored builds out of HolyHit. Both players opening up Robo. Let's go. With this, we do gain access to faster Immortal production, War Prism to harass across the map. We do have options available here. And our hallucinations will confirm. Drogo gets across the map, does get eyes on the Robo. Likewise, we should soon be seeing the same from HolyHit as well. Checking his vision. Yes, we have gotten eyes on the Robo of Drogo as well. So both players fully aware. We do have our Immortal first from Drogo. Curious if HolyHit goes in a different direction. If we go for a War Prism. There it is, War Prism on the way, Twilight Council alongside it. Now with this Prism, our goal should be to warp in some Adepts and to get into a mineral line to get some economic damage done. Meanwhile, Drogo is building up a stronger force of early Immortal production. Hallucination doesn't quite confirm. Unlike other buildings, the Robo doesn't tell you what's coming out, but we do camp the Robo, and the Hallucination does get eyes on the Immortal. Are fully aware. Are going to be aware. Adept threading a shade into the natural. Getting one probe. Just the one worker for the time being. Adepts are forced out. Here comes that Prism. Making its way across the map. Likewise, War Prism out of Drogo. HolyHit going for the Dark Shrine. Okay. I assumed that this Twilight Council would be for Blink, but at least for now, that is not the case. DTs. This is actually looking very similar to Game 1. This is looking like a very similar setup here from Game 1, but Adepts say shade in! Boys are being pulled. We try to deny the scouts. Probes are going down. We do throw down the force field. HolyHit doing the best he can to deny the scouts, and he does shut down the Adepts. Did cost him 3 probes and lost mining time, though. Did cost him quite a bit. Meanwhile, do we have detection? The answer is no. We do have a Robo, but no detection. Interesting. We could even try to snipe the Robo itself. We could try to dive on the Robo and focus it down. That is an option for HolyHit, depending on how many DTs we have. At the same time, Immortal drop moving out across the map. HolyHit is aware, is getting in position. Dark Shrine is now done. Meanwhile, Drogo taking up. DT's warping in. Just the 2. Okay, we're going for some economic damage. DT into the natural, DT into the main. Drogo is forced out. Meanwhile, no detection. DT's going ham with the Prism. Prism does escape. Probes are falling. We're getting so much done here. 6 probes already going down, and they made it back over. No, it's not safe. They come back in danger with the DT. 12, 13 workers go down. Observer does spawn in. And we can shut down the DTs, but the damage has been done at the same time. The Immortal drop across the map does hit the natural. But HolyHit is keeping up. Does keep up. Bleeds out a Stalker. That's 15 probe kills across the map. The Prism will be recalled. And we only lost 1 Dark Templar. These immortals have potential, and they do manage to catch some probes. Oh my god. Oh my god, no! Calm down. The prism does back off. It is so low. It is so close to going down. Deep in the red. But does survive. If we had lost this prism, that's game. Like, there's just so much value in this prism with 2 immortals inside. We cannot lose it. We cannot afford it. Back at home, we do see Drogo stabilizing. And HolyHit, likewise, is staying on 2 bases. Oh, there we go. Now we take a third. A bit of a later third base out of HolyHit. A little bit later. As a result, the worker counts are actually quite similar. Looking quite similar with each other. And the scary thing here is, tech-wise, Drogo, he's got quite an advantage. Drogo, he's got Charge, he's got Immortals, Archons. Everything he would need. And is now moving out. Prism did recall back home, we did save it. Now we can push. And Drogo's got quite an army. He's up in Immortals, up in Archons, down in Stalkers. That's the one advantage that HolyHit has. Shield batteries are on the way. Drogo does have an Observer with his main army. HolyHit does think about going for a counterattack with the Prism. Would be ideal back at home. Charge is done. We're diving on the army. Shield batteries are ready though. Overcharge is popped, but the shield battery goes down instantly. Oh, we lose an immortal. The other is saved. Force wheels aren't looking too bad, but Drogo, he's gaining ground. He's pushing on top of the army. Gets another immortal. We're down to 1. Yeah, 1 immortal left. We do save it, but the Stalkers, they just cannot hold their own. Not against this immortal charge on composition. And Drogo is breaking through. Shuts down the pylon, shuts down the army. He's actually going for the third base. He's going for secure damage. Third base goes down, and Drogo expands back at home. Drogo does expand, and honestly, we can keep pushing. Like, there's not much stopping Drogo from just pushing forward into the natural. Drogo just playing it safe, waiting for reinforcements. HolyHit going for a drop across the map. Drogo can push in. Once again, denying the third. That's all he needs to do, but now he's going for the kill. There's a world where maybe we can snipe the Observer. Maybe, but even then, we snipe it. Observer goes down. No detection. We can warp in defensive DTs, but even then, there's just an overwhelming army. GG gets called, and Drogo will take the series 2-1, taking down HolyHit. GG. GG, well played. Drogo did come in as a favorite player and he will take the series, but a shout out to HolyHit because he was popping off this series. Whether it was game 1 where he was able to break his opponent with the 2-base all-in, or whether it was even, sorry, game 2 where he broke his opponent with the 2-base all-in, or whether it was game 1 or game 3 where he was able to incorporate DTs quite nicely and get a lot of damage done. Did deal quite a blow to the economy of Drogo. Unfortunately, HolyHit didn't really have, wasn't able to take advantage of that, right? Like, there was a late third, so he couldn't get ahead economically. Likewise, there was no further tech on the way. We were busy trying to keep up with the Immortals, and yeah, in the end, Drogo, he was still able to stabilize, and I mean, I say stabilize, fall back on a 2-base all-in. Had a gateway explosion, charge, Immortals. Just too much to handle in the end. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to Drogo. With that, that wraps up round 3. Let's have a look at what else has been going on in the brackets. Where are we at?